Hey people! How is everybody? Yarabun! Bago siya pasaya! How's everyone? Hello, hindi po ako nakapag-intro pa sa episode na to. Pero yung intro ko nasa ending. So hintayin nyo na lang sa ending. This is Neverending Ebas. Hello! I'm... Can you tell that there's a volume difference? Kasi I think... Okay, for a while now, the unit beside me, aka... If you guys haven't noticed, this is the balcony. That's why I am braving the elements whenever I'm here. But the... Sorry. But the... Oh my god, I feel so conscious now. The unit beside me has been empty for a little bit. And now, there's an AC. And I've heard construction. Like maybe like a week or two ago. Or no, for a bit. And now, I'm realizing I can't be like, on here. Because they might hear it. And I might be like, disturbing whatever the hell they're doing. But, we trudge on. We just need to adjust our volumes. I feel like naman, like, I'm not audible. Okay? I just need to be shouting less. I feel like when we get heated, we need to be like, volume check. And that's what we need to be like. We just need to be more aware of our surroundings. And that's fine. It's fine. I even clipped the curtain. I clipped the curtains to the balcony so that it's not constantly flying on. You still see it. You still see it moving though. But yeah, hey! How's everybody? Yarabun! Bago siya pasa. How does everybody feel about the hair? Okay, this is I'm feeling a little weird about it now that I'm seeing it on camera like this. Not weird in a like I just feel like because I don't think I know the preview flips me. So this to me is on my right supposedly, but I can see it as how you guys will see it, which is the opposite side of it. Isn't that weird? I should have just, you know how normal camera says when you put it on selfie mode, it just like flips it. But here, I get to like monitor how exactly you guys will see it. So that's fine. That's okay. Went to the barber. I was like, I want bangs. I initially wanted something like a mod cut ish kind of thing, but I don't think my hair was like long enough for that. And I was my Pinterest board initially, I wanted skunk hair. So I wanted like section here, section here. But I bleached this myself. And I don't think I had like, I also box dyed this. My poor hair. I box dyed this a few months ago. But to be fair, medyo matagal na. I box dyed it mga like Febish. March-ish. So, and I was ready to commit doing a whole year of just like black hair. Turns out I couldn't do that. So yeah, initially this was just a blonde. This was a blonde section. Kaso it was too yellow. I couldn't get it to as platinum as I wanted it to be, so I toned it. It turned pink. And when it turned pink, it wasn't even like a pink like purpley pink. It was a super muted pink. So it looked like my skin. And my friend was like, "Oh my god, you look like you have a bald spot from afar." And I'm like, I don't like that. That's weird. So I ended up looking through my extensive collection of dye na konti na lang. And I found blue. And I was like, you know what? I like a little bit of edge. I like a little bit of pop of color for the Teen Vogue party. But I think it looks nice. Also, I think this is the first time na I've asked for bangs at a salon. And kuha nyo naman. How do we feel about it? How do you feel? To be fair, if I wanted to like part it like this way, okay naman siya. Hindi naman siya like it's not weird. Like if I wanted a little more like swoop, okay lang naman. But if I wanted it like gantong like middle part, okay lang. I like this though. Do you guys, parang, it fits my vibe. I feel like for the longest time, the reason why I felt like, hindi naman super weird. I do like it. I felt a little off lang dun sa um, Prince Charming haircut ko. Was that, I don't act like my haircut. I guess for the longest time, like me being blonde, whatever, I feel like people, I do act that way. I do feel like a blonde person. But with a Prince Charmer, it feels like I'm cosplaying. It feels like a wig. For now, we're back again. We're so back. We've decided. No, we're finally so so quirky and edgy again. But how do you like it? Because I personally, I know a lot. There are people out there. I'm like, oh my god, this is it. This is the hairs to the middle part. And ako naman, parang I agree. There's also like, I feel like there's also a part of me that's like, whenever people start liking my hair too much, I feel like I gave in to the people, so I have to change it. It's the rebel inside of me. And my mom kept saying my hair was nice, and I didn't like that. I was like, this feels wrong. I feel like you should be hating it a little. That's the vibe. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hate to be contrarian. I know people like the hair. I also like the hair. But also at the same time, if people like it too much, it does feel like I'm doing this for you guys. It's my life. And this is how I want to live it. Leave me alone. Happy July! Happy July, everybody. It's Cancer season. And it's also rainy season. Which I think, hand in hand, it makes perfect sense. You Cancers enjoy the shit out of this. I feel like my stereotypical Cancer in my head is like somebody who's in their car, and when it's raining, they like to lean to the car window a little on their headphones. Wake me up. Ganun. That's the Cancer vibe to me. Clearly, I do not have enough Cancers in my life. I have like I have a few Cancer friends. I love my Cancer friends, but also I just feel like as a Cancer cusp, I should be having more Cancer friends. Or feeling ko, I don't know. The nature of Cancer people, they just don't be they don't be out like that. Versus me, Gemini. No. Or I don't know. Maybe I just haven't met enough Cancers. My Cancers are all homebodies. Anyways, things we're excited for this July. I'm excited for Jump by Blackpink, which I think will be out when this video is out as well. I will be dancing. You better be jumping. It's so good. It's so good. I don't know. I don't know what to tell anybody. And I know there are people out there that be like, Blackpink na naman. I don't know. I feel like then I love this Eurodance sound. You guys know I love budots here. I've been talking about budots here. Hell yeah. I love that sound. I love a Eurodance. Dun, 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 dun. It feels like it'll go so hard if played on a Jeep. Gets ba? Ganun yung vibe niya. Ganun yung vibe niya. It'll be a hit here, I'm sure. Nawala ako na. Nawala na. Intro pa lang tayo. Kalmahan ko naman ang dami ko lang dinada intro pa. Okay. Okay. We chill out. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great start of your July. Because I am. Okay naman. This July has been fun so far. This is my rest month. I feel like I've been saying that for the past few weeks. Na parang, this coming month, I need to calm the fuck down. Because it will ramp up again. Eventually, it will ramp up. Oh my god. Do you guys hear that? Everything's rustling. Everything's bustling. There's a fan. There's an AC. And now there's another AC. Okay lang. Feeling ko hindi niya naman like I'm gonna, I'm gonna pretend like if you hear it, that's on you. You wanna hear it. Dapat ka na rin mag-ebas. Hindi pa tayo nag-start. Mag-start na tayo ng ebas. Mag-start na tayo ng ebas. I'm trying to connect the ebases to each other and the intro. Para at least naman hindi tayo na-jump na, ano ang tawag nito? Hindi tayo na war shock na we're jumping from one thing to another. Right? So, ebas number 1. People are allergic to dancing in the clubs. Let's talk about it. Why? When did we stop dancing? When did the hurt start? Why are people not dancing anymore? I've noticed this growing trend of recent club culture where people just don't dance. Like, at all. Like, I can count in my fingers the club where I count in one finger. I don't know one, I think. Yeah. I only know one club where people are dancing. Every other club, people are standing around. They're bopping their head a little, but they're just standing around. And why? Again, when did the hurt start? Why did we stop dancing? Oh my God! The only time where I see people dancing are at raves. That's probably why raves are so cool right now. Raves are so big right now. Because it's truly just like DJ booth, and then the rest of this entire thing is a dance floor. Compared to clubs, the clubs now, where the fuck are people dancing? You've taken away our dance floors. What's the point? People just stand around on their tables, looking around, bopping their heads a little. We need to start dancing. We need to get it back. And okay, I structured this episode a little. Can we get a little commotion again for the prod team? Thank you, prod team, for the script writing. Uh, is it the music? Do we not have modern day club hits? We had Brat Summer, but I feel like, alam mo yun, the other club hits aren't mainstream. The dance hits, they're not hitting the mainstream for some reason. What's hitting the mainstream? Benson Boone. What? Why? Alam mo yun, like, other than the gay songs, where are the straight people club? We used to have so many straight people club hits. Why now? Now with the straight people only have Benson Boone. Why is that? Where's our Sean Paul? Why does Gen Z not have Sean Paul? We have Benson Boone? That's crazy. That's not fun. I don't think that's I need us to start picking up artists that sound like Cobra Starship. I need to go back to Good Girls Go Then. Or okay, I storied a video of me with Waka Flocka No Hands. And then somebody replied to it like, this is the straightest song you could have picked. And I'm like, and it's a great song. We don't have we don't have that anymore. What's going on? Like, when did we stop having proper mainstream club hits? Like Waka Flocka No Hands, great song. Got the way you're moving, I'm in the car, DJ put me up. No more. I'm a Moscato when doing with no hands. Doesn't that make you wanna, like, in the club? We don't have that anymore. What in the club now? Gulat naman ako dun. What in the club now is playing? That's like, I know your type, your type. That's why I said I was excited for Jump. I hope this, like, I feel like Blackpink has the has the power, has some sort of influence where we could, like, shift the sound a little. We've already had Brat Summer, so I feel like, we're getting there. We have the people are in the mood na, and that's what I think. Like, Brat Summer got people in the mood. The only thing we need now is follow up to get people to, like, start dancing. And I have other than that, I have two main, like, theories. I have two working theories on why I think people have stopped dancing at clubs. One, club setups. And two, the kids don't know how to club anymore. The kids don't know how to do like clubbing. Okay, okay. We'll set you up through theory number one. Theory number one: clubs now they don't have dance floors. What happened to the dance floors? Every fucking club out there got greedy and now has like, instead of a dance floor, we have 12 tables on there. Okay. Whoa. Why? What's happening? So it's instead of DJ booth, dance floor, a few tables around the side, it's DJ, table, 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 table. To do what? To do what? To stand around the table? You mean to tell me I paid to go in this club, entrance fee, pay table reservation, minimum bottle, to stand around? No dance floor? Oh my god. What happened? We used to we used to pack each other like sardines on there. And just like, jig a little. And now people are standing up. See, like it's so unintuitive meeting people at the club too. Nobody's dancing. Or when people are dancing, they're the odd one out. Alam mo yun? Like, people just want to stand around their tables and like jig a little. It's so boring. When did we get so boring? I also feel like then people are just getting old. But not a good excuse. Not a good excuse. When did age stop people from having fun? You're at the club. You're supposed to be having fun. She's supposed to be at the club. And you're out here in front of your table jigging a little. You're getting drunk to jig a little. You're not getting drunk to dance. Wrong. And working theory number two is that kids don't know how to club anymore. Okay. Okay, I wrote it down. Full theory ahead. I think the pandemic has ruined club culture. Again, how many years is that? And then when people came back, older people don't want to club with younger people. I've seen spaces go from older crowd, and then when the younger crowd came in, the older crowd left. For good reason. That's fine. That's good. That's okay. I don't want the older people to be prying on the younger people. That's a little weird. Sure. But that means this gap that the pandemic has created made it so that the millennials can't pass the clubbing batons to the Gen Z. It means millennials, zillennials, I guess, cannot. There's no transition phase for the millennials to pass on to the Gen Z the the mentorship program of clubbing. No? So, in turn, Gen Z now has to create their own club culture. Okay. Let's start with that. What happened during the pandemic? Aesthetics got really big. Gen Z grew up on aesthetics. Gen Z grew up seeing subcultures and experiencing them visually. In turn, death of the subculture, rise of the aesthetics. So, I think Gen Z has a very, very good grasp on how you're supposed to look clubbing, how you're supposed to dress up to go to clubs. Very good grasp. Very good grasp. They don't know how to act in there. They only know because again they be only looking outside the window. They kind of only know it from there. Now that they're at the club, what the fuck do we do here? I said on here, ayun, young kids finding people of subculture and seeing how they dress and emulating that. Now, I think that forms the problem that Gen Z knows how to dress for the club and doesn't know how to act in a club. Me and my boyfriend recently went to an event in Cubao, and not our usual like partying place. We usually party much closer to here, and when I tell you, the event was kind of marketed towards like millennials. So it was gonna give like it was gonna give Cobra Starship Good Girls Gone Bad supposedly like doesn't like this thing you doing like it was supposed to give that vibes. When we got there, I think man kind of, but I think nostalgia factor it um it didn't get marketed as aggressively to its supposed audience, and the majority of the people who went were younger than me. Okay. When we got there, again, Cubao crowd, always so cool, always dressed to the net. Great fits. Great fits all around. They all looked so, I felt like I was entering School of Design and Arts. That's how it felt like. And I was like, gag. That's so gaggy. I love everyone's dressed. They're dressed so. That's it. This is it. We come in there. We got a drink or two. Granted, the place was hot as fuck. They haven't like fixed the AC situation yet, and that's okay. That's okay. We got to start somewhere. Get in there. Humid as fuck. Thank God I brought my fan. Got a drink or two, looked around a little, and then I realized since a majority of these people were so young, they kind of didn't know how to dance at the club. Alam mo yun? When somebody knows the feeling or how it's supposed to kind of be, but don't know how to do it, that's how it felt like. They clearly knew. There was like there was a will, there was an intent to let loose, but I don't think they knew how, or at least like not in the standard clubbing way. So it really did feel like the people were dancing so awkwardly, like they didn't know how to dance at the club, and I realized, oh my god, they don't. Nobody's taught them how to dance at the club. Oh my god. He has no lips. How can he get a kiss kissed? and I kept looking around, and I was like, oh my god, the people don't know how to dance at the club. The Gen Z don't know how to club because nobody taught them how to club. Because again, we're in spaces where the older people don't dance anymore because there's no space to dance, or I don't know, maybe they're old and they don't want to dance anymore. But there just isn't a dancing culture at clubs. It's more like little shoulder shimmies and get drunk. Alam mo yun. So now, even if there are dance floors, the young people don't know how to dance. No! We've ruined clubbing. Where are the Scarlett Johansson marriage story white woman dancing? We need to bring that back. Do you know how good it feels to dance at a club, knowing how to dance also? It's so free. It's so liberating. Everybody dance now. I just and it's so, oh my god, we've killed clubbing, and that's so sad. We need, I said here, we need a proper cultural reset. I think again I said earlier, I think Brat got people in the mood. We need to double down. We need to build up on that. We can't just get people in the mood and not dance. We need to get people in the mood and start grabbing the arm and be like, come to the dance floor, let's dance. And I feel like something again, uh, connection, something like songs like Jump by Blackpink, where it's just sticks. I think we need more of that. And I hope in the coming year or in the coming months, even, I hope we get more of it. Everybody dance now! Sorry. Nag-iingay na naman tayo. Noise pollution. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, new neighbors. Um, we need to get people to dance and jump at the club. My proposal, it says here. My proposal is one, we bring back dance floors. Because it's possible eh. Wait, the one I was telling you earlier, Annex. Annex has a dance floor. And it's like, there are also seats, and there are seats at the back. But the DJ booth, the space in front of the DJ booth is clear. Where people can stand around, hold a drink, and be like, but alam mo yun, it can't be just, we can't start dancing culture with just one place. We need to bring back clubs with dance floors where people, I feel like then there has been an emphasis on clubs with that are like performance based, so like drag king performances and other stuff. So the stage is usually just set for the performers. It doesn't become a dance floor after, which I think is okay naman. I mean, more space for good drag performances, but also at the same time, ako lang. I just want a space where people can move, and you can't do that with on your table. Yes, you can a little, but alam mo yun, like, not only is it hindering you from dancing with other people, it actually, I don't know, does it not isolate you from the other people at the club? I don't know. Maybe I'm just not cool enough to understand whatever the fuck's going on in there. But personally, my proposal is we need to bring back dance floors, not just in one club. I hope multiple clubs follow through where at least you don't have to sacrifice all the tables. You just have to sacrifice the one in front of the DJ booth or around the DJ booth. We just need a space where people, if they want to leave their chairs and go somewhere to groove, to jive, to shimmy, there is space, you know? And let the kids see what clubbing is supposed to look like. I feel like, again, the reason why they don't know how to act at a club is because people have stopped acting like they're at a club. We're at some cool lounge all of a sudden where people, people don't want to dance. People don't want to dance. I feel like, if you guys know what I'm talking about, I feel like the perfect kind of space that I'm imagining is kind of how like Annex or Nokal has it. Nokal kasi I think has a DJ booth in the front, like a square dance floor in the middle, and then tables all around. That's how it's supposed to be. So people can go in the middle and dance if they needed to or wanted to. Alam mo yun? We need to bring back the K-Tranada girls of the world. K-Tranada girl fame. K-Tranada girl of K-Tranada fame. K-Tranada boiler room fame. Basta ganun. we need to bring back dancing. I feel like we're getting so boring. I feel like 2025, everybody better be jumping now. Ayun. If this is you're watching this video, make an active effort. Start dancing at the club as well. Follow suit. Let people know we better be jumping. If you're a DJ, you're hearing this message, get some club beats on. Get people jumping. I love how my default clubbing. You know what? That I'm thinking about that, I'm part of the problem. What do I dance like at clubs? At raves, I do my. I mean, Like, or the swim. I have three. I have three dance moves. It's the swim. It's this one, like T-Rex, but also swimming. And then I have the no hands. I just realized I put my mic down. So you probably would. I have the no hand. That was the no hands. I should also start dancing. If you see me at a club, be like, everybody dance now. Anyways, Emma's number two. It shouldn't concern you more than the people concerned. Everybody, again, it shouldn't concern you more than the people concerned. I don't know why I picked this up. I know I picked it up from like a Trixie video. Is it a Trixie pod in their podcast? One of those things. Basta, there was a time, I think like late last year, early this year, she kept saying it on everything. And I consume so much like Trixie stuff. And she said it, and maybe she said it on both. She said it on a video, said it on a podcast, that her new mantra is coming into this year is it shouldn't concern you more than the people concerned. I don't know, verbatim, maybe. I just wrote it down on one of my notes. I don't know if that's how it exactly written, but yeah, it really shouldn't. I feel like sometimes we over invest in things that we shouldn't over invest. And backstory. I have a friend, and for the worst part of their last year, um, he was in a relationship that none of us approved of. And I mean, like, stop it now, ganon. And as their best friend, when this thing started, I said no na. Parang, okay, here's our game plan na. Parang ganon. Like, whatever, when it was forming, I already was like, okay, this is how we get you out of this. Come month one. Come month two and three and four and five. And I was like, oh my god, you need to leave this man immediately. What the fuck? And then, alam mo yun, like parang, I was getting tired. Not, I'm not even dating that person. I was tired for them. You know, whenever we meet, whenever we hang out, all I hear is about this man. And it's clearly, alam mo yun, I felt like that he was Carrie. I felt like he was Carrie, and that guy was his big, and Carrie wouldn't stop talking about big going to Paris, and I was Miranda, shouting at her like, if I ever hear about this man one more fucking time, and I'm realizing, parang by the end of that year, na parang nothing I'm saying, despite how much I'm like, this is free advice, y'all. This is, I'm helping you not to ruin your life. Para ganun. No matter how much I frame it that way, no matter how whatever I say, at the end of the day, they will make their own decision. They will take what they take from what I said. And again, it shouldn't concern me more than it concerns them. I realized na parang, I have to take a step back and calm down. This is their life. And as much as I care for them, at the end of the day, me investing more in it doesn't make it less their life. Although, gets naman na parang, I'm invested in because this is a person I care about and they're in my life. So in turn, whatever stray bullets might come this way, you know, I'm gonna be dodging as well. But again, at the end of the day, if we take a step back and look at the bigger picture, that's their life. You know, I can insist as much as I want. That's their decision. I can give as much as advice as I want, and I can help enlighten a friend about their situation as much. You know, recently I was told that when you own a motor, you opt for that. So when your motor is especially noisy, and then not in a normal motor way, you actually pick that. That's it. And for what? Anyways. Again, I can give as much as advice as I want, and I can help enlighten a friend about their situation as much as I possibly could. But at the end of the day, that's their life. They will make their own decisions, and as another person in their life, you can only do so much. If they're not ready, they're not ready. Alam mo yun? I also said on here, stop blocking their lessons. That's their lesson learned. Alam mo yun, like this is this is their plot, this is their arc. I'm not here to ano tawag dito, interject how this arc is written, because this arc has been set. This is character development, you guys. And this whole time pala I was trying to sidetrack them from their plot. Which wasn't gonna happen. This is Final Destination. They have to. This is a canon event. You know, they have to experience this to understand why they don't wanna go through that. You know, sometimes people have to live through whatever it is they need to live through to understand why they don't want to be in that situation. And sometimes me understanding that and me explaining that doesn't translate to them getting that. And they have their own battles. You know, I don't want to undermine their ability to see the situation that they're in. I can only give so much advice. I can only give so much enlightening or help them see their situation the way I see it. Because at the end of the day, that's their situation. You know, however they see it, well, you know, still at the end of the day, be up to them. Ayun. A reminder to myself, again, I don't need to suffer their consequences to prove that I'm a good friend. That's not, at the end of the day, I did what I could, and I shouldn't feel bad na parang if they didn't listen to me, it means I wasn't a good friend. Alam mo yun? Like this is their canon event. This is their thing. I can't I can only intervene so much. And whatever they pick up from that, sa kanila na yun. Like when whatever I say, that's my care na. That's what I did help as a friend na. At the end of the day, I cannot control what they do in their life, and I feel like you've done your part when you help them this way. Parang, to help them like see their situation and how you're seeing it. That's your ano na. That's your way as being a good friend. Because I also wrote here because I feel like that's what bothers me. Which, am I even a good friend if I let them do that? Because, again, in my point of view, I'm like, oh my God, you're ruining your life, and I'm complacent with you ruining your life. But, you know, it comes down to it. I wasn't. It's not like I would agree to it. It's not like I was like, go ahead, girl. I did, in my part, I did what I could. I told you what I felt like I was seeing, and at the same time, again, this clearly doesn't concern you enough and I'm being too concerned about your situation. Let's let you be concerned first. Kasi parang, feeling ko, I'm like, girl, go fix your life. Ikaw nga, hindi ka invested. Ako naman, si invest naman ako dito. Gets ba? Gets ba? It's not that I'm giving up on a friend. It's that this is their life. And uh, there's only so much you can do before you've overstepped the line of helping them to, like, forcibly taking them. Different situations, different things that different things you're supposed to do. Of course, if it's something like, na, clearly you have to intervene, then intervene. But there are, like this nga, like this situation where it's like, I've said what I've said na, and it's like month one, month two, I've been like, this is bad. You need to stop that right now. And then they come out of that conversation, they say yes naman. They understand that it's bad. And then they keep going. So, alam mo yun, like, for me, it's, that really is just, it's on them. I feel like, again, you're not seeing eye to eye kasi, again, this is their situation. You're not seeing what they're seeing. And I get why. Because also, I don't think they're seeing what you're seeing. And no matter how much you can explain that, sometimes those two won't meet in the middle. And that's okay. And that's okay. Again, canon event. Sometimes they have to experience it to know why it's bad. Or sometimes they have to experience it to prove you wrong. Who knows? That's, again, that's just nature of situations. You don't really know what'll happen by the end until it really does happen. Again, I don't have to personally have it as a project, their problem, to prove that I care for them. Sometimes there's only so much that you can do. And again, that was maybe integral to the plot. That's for character development. You're blocking your friend's lesson. You need to come up on there, take a step back, and be like, go ahead, girl. Put your hand on that mousetrap. At ba? No. Okay, see, here's my thing. So, everybody just got to learn sometimes. Sometimes they have to, and you can't gauge for someone what they think might still be a viable option for them. What sometimes I see as already like, anong tawag dito? Like a hopeless situation. For them, there might still be like a glimmer of hope there. And I might not be seeing it. Kasi again, I don't live their life. They're living that life. Ayun. I know it gets frustrating. And I feel like sometimes friends, you have friends in your life where you're just like, who has their carries and their bigs. And, that's again, it's they have to do it for their plot. They have to do it to advance the book. Sometimes people just have to get to that point to understand why they need to pull back. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is be there for them. Real. Let them flop on their own. Say I told you so. And have your shoulder out ready for them. Which I think nga sometimes could be the harder thing. I feel like we don't like this part of the friendship where, the thing that you warn them happens. And instead of, I feel like the harder thing to do as a friend is to, the harder thing. The easier thing to do in that situation is be frustrated and be like, I told you so. What did I tell you? And the harder thing to do is be like, that's okay. We knew this was gonna happen, but it had to happen for you to get it. And we're here for you when that time comes. Parang ganon. Because, alam mo yun, like, the harder thing to do nga is to stay, period. The harder thing to do is to not leave. Tama? The harder thing to do is to not leave when things get hard. Again. And sickness and health. And even that sickness is your friend's stupidity. Is your friend's ability to gauge a situation. Sometimes that is the sickness and that's the hard times, and you stick through that because you're a good friend. Everybody give a commotion. Why do I keep saying that? Everybody give a commotion. Mali eh. Can I have a commotion? Can I have some commotion? Sabi ko na, like ko yung sinasabi, tapos hindi ko alam kung tama. Can I have some commotion? Can I have some commotion? Can I have a round of applause? Can I have a round of applause na lang? Pinapahirapan ko pa sarili ko sa can I have a commotion? Okay. Ayun na. Ang tagal ko nag-ubebas. Okay, bilisan na natin tong last one. Or not. Oh, bala kayo. Ubusin nyo tong remaining up. Anyways. It is so hard for me not to be ebas number 3. It is so hard for me not to be invested or involved in things because I am very chalant. I am an all-in person. It is not of my nature to be nonchalant. Can you tell? You know, a bit before this, I tried my best. You know, for the better half of this year, for the first half of this year, I really tried my best to be cool on social media. I had like 6 posts on my Instagram. Like, everything else was archived. And then I would just story my face or a song or something zoomed in. But every now and then, the beast takes over. Every now and then, it comes out and I start writing and talking. And it's so hard. It's so hard to be cool and mysterious when it's not your nature to be cool and mysterious. I'm sorry I like to talk. I'm sorry I like to yap. Again, if you know anything about me, I am anything but mysterious. Couldn't be further away from nonchalant because I'm so chalant. I'm very chalant. I care about things to a violent degree. Real. When I get a hyperfixation, it's fixated. It's on. And when I do things, it's all in. It's never I get into something so chill, so light. It's always so fucking. Why is it always so fucking crazy? I don't know. You tell me. Bouncing off of the last point, I feel like the reason stuff like that frustrated me is because I care. And I think it's a good thing. But when I care, kasi it's all in. You know? It's never just like I kind of care about things. I care about things intensely. Anyway, I don't know how to do stuff like halfway. Yeah. I told this to my friend the last time we were talking to each other. I can't just eat a bag of chips. I have to finish the entire bag. I feel like that's entirely different. But I feel like that's a good metaphor of how I go about life. I can't just have a little snack in a big bag. I will have to finish the bag when I start. And that's just with everything I do in my life. I feel like it's also like that. I love being a yes and person. I love being a yes and person. The beginning of this month, I was like, this is my rest month. I just be indoors this month. I just be staying. The moment someone was like, hey, you wanna go out tonight? So and so is also going out tonight. I'm like, yeah, I cannot go out tonight. I planned the weekend. I was like, I'm not gonna go out this weekend. The moment someone was like, hey, it's just here lang naman near you. And I was like, Okay, what time? I love saying yes to things. Again, if I like something, I am in it obsessively. I am in it emotionally. I am in it spiritually. I am present. You know, my top song of 2024. Can anybody guess? I feel like a lot of the people like watching this naman, you do know me personally. So you do know what the song is. I could not. For the life of me, if you've met me anytime past April, you've probably heard the song because I was probably playing it. It's Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. And can you believe I am Spotify's top 0.001% listener of the song? The most streamed song of the year. I am at the top 0.001%. That's crazy. It says here also, I've streamed it 388 times on Spotify. Mind you, when that song came out, I couldn't stop watching the music. I feel like din kasi, this happens to me a lot where when I get into a song, I get into it release. So by the time my love for the song dies out a little, that's when the general public catches on. And by the time the general public catches on, I will hear it everywhere again and I will be enjoying it. Things going mainstream doesn't affect my enjoyment of something. It just means I get to hear it more. Oh my God. So can you imagine 388 times ko siyang na-play on Spotify alone? That's not including the YouTube streams. And streaming it anywhere else. Streaming it to other people, making other people play it. That's why when my friends hear Espresso playing anywhere, they would send a video to me like, your song. And the two other best examples I think I could give na very like this, because when I get into something, I get really 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 into it. It's Girls' Generation, I Got the Boy. And I don't think streaming was big then. Not at all. So I had that song saved on my phone and I couldn't stop playing it. As in, I have to listen to it once a day or else my day isn't right. For months. For months on end, that happened. And then the second time it happened was Momoland's Boom Boom. Because, again, this thing happened again where the month of release, since I'm a K-poppy, it got released and I was into the song. I was raving about it. I was telling everybody, I'm like, oh my God, listen to this song. Listen to this song. And I was obsessed with it. Month 1, month 2, okay, love this song. Month 3, month 3, it was supposed to okay na. I've run the course of this song. It gets famous here in the Philippines. And I start hearing it everywhere. And me, syempre, I'm like, oh, that's my song. I play it too. I vibe to the song. And I don't know how many months it continued on where release caught on, trended in another side of the internet, and then trended again because it trended here in the Philippines or whatever. But I remember there was just a straight amount of months where I just kept playing that song. And it wasn't even against my will. It's not because people were playing it around me. It's because whenever people played it around me, I was like, oh, I love this song. I'm telling you, all in. Again, I wrote on her, not a flaw. Not a flaw. A little vulnerable, maybe, sure. Because now you guys know I do be investing. But it just means I'm true to me. And it means that I'm always giving my 100%. Yes? Period. And I feel like that's a good thing, is it not? Being genuine is such an underrated trait. And I can't be ungenuine because I'm so loud about it. I will try. Every now and then I do have my like vibes of like I want to be kind of cool this month. I want to try to be nonchalant, especially when that was like all the rave for a bit. I try it. I try it every now and then. I'd be like, guys, I need to go to my social media break. Social media break, ang ingay-ingay ko sa dump ko. Tama ba yun? Because again, I can't be chalant. It's so hard. It's going against all of my nature to stop, like, to be cool. To be, like, chill about stuff. Like, yeah, I kind of like, I can't. If you ask me if I like something and I do really like it, I'll be like, I love. That's so. What is that noise? Ayun. Again, I have dreams of wanting to be cool and mysterious, but that's just like against my nature. I'm more messy. I'm more invested, and I'm like more fully immersed. That's the vibes that are going on in here. You know, I can't just be like normal about things. Again, walang soft lunch sa akin. Papa-billboard ko yan. Papa-billboard ko to. And when I like something, I have a lot of relatively like niche things that I enjoy, but I do be shouting about them. I do be like, "Hey guys, please listen." So there's this notion then of some people, I think that I do be catching on to stuff early, and I don't think that's the case. I just be enjoying things loudly. And I feel like people catch on naman to things all the time. It's just that they be cool about it. And I'm not. As we have discussed in this past few minutes, it's clearly not the case. Yeah. But in all honesty, I do like it this way. I agree. I'd rather care way too much than be too cool to care. I feel like din kasi, I'd rather be all in than not, than pretend like I'm too good for something. I think that sometimes like when you're too cool or too mysterious, I feel like it's such a turn off. Because parang, who are you? Like truly, why can't you be excited about things? Are you better than me because you can't be excited about? Like, di naman ganun. Pero like, there are some people kasi na, it just feels like you don't, it just feels like some people don't care. I feel like that's what comes off me. I know naman that, people just enjoy things to a certain degree and care about things to a certain degree. It feels a little, it's just not me. And I feel like it just feels better to care than be too cool to care. And that's where we end the show kasi I can see the timer going and the timer says, how long have I been talking here? This is truly one ebas that never ended. This is episode... What episode is this? Episode 6? Episode 6. I will try... I think this is episode 6. I will try to by around maybe past episode 10 or before episode 10. We'll see. I wanna shake up the format a little. Ever since, like, this has been planned before starting the podcast naman na there is gonna be different kinds of never endings. And you will see soon. It will not all just be like ebas per podcast. Kasi I feel like then baka maubusan tayo ng ebas. Hindi na tayo never ending ebas. But again, there are so many things that will never end, and that one of those things are the yapping in this this podcast. But I just want to shake up the format a little. Para lang fun. You guys can hear me talk in other formats. Because I feel like this is also I like this format. This format's pretty evergreen. It is, I think, people think, or I think, personally, I do think, it's a little insane that I'm alone here talking. Again, oh, I mean, one other thing, it's just, I'm an only child. This is just normal to me. I do be alone a majority of the time. I do be talking to myself. So this is not weird to me. As much as I felt like I initially let it on, parang, oh my god, this is so weird now. I'll be doing this a lot. That's why it felt like when I got comfy on here, it's so comfy. Anyways, yan na, tapos na. But anyways, we'll try out some new formats soon. Para lang, let's just shake things up a little. For the Teen Vogue part, ayan na. Pinapaglitan na ako ng camera ko. Anyways, thank you everybody. This has been Lilac. Oh my God! Hindi tayo nag-intro. Hi guys! My name is Lilac. And this is Neverending Ebas! Where the Ebas never ends. Oh my God, hindi ako nag-intro kanina. Paano yan? I-edit ko na lang sa beginning. Ay, charing. Hindi ko alam. Eto na lang. Edit mo na lang to sa beginning, Lilac. Hello, hindi po ako nakapag-intro para sa episode na to. Pero yung intro ko nasa ending. So, hintayin nyo na lang sa ending. This is Neverending Ebas. Hello! And this has been Neverending Ebas. Bye-bye!